Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Collectively, we are two of the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
Office Bloke Daz is in a meeting. He will be back within the hour, hopefully.
Yeah, on his way at this very minute.
Yeah, we're going to do a few more. As some of you know, we've had audio issues recently. We've had a bit of gear that was on its way out that we didn't realise.
Yeah.
So I've spent the morning just tinkering and trying to put a new bit of gear in. And we're running behind.
We are a bit, aren't we, I suppose? But
yeah, as usual.
Loads to do. But
yeah. Anyway, and we've got a TikTok. So head over to TikTok, type in the Office Blokes, give us a follow. We're trying to grow it over there. There's some pretty good stuff in there so far.
It's doing pretty well, really, hasn't it? Last few weeks, it's blown up a bit, really, hasn't it?
It's just gone crazy.
To be fair,
last week,
done pretty well. So,
well, speaking of New York, you're off to New York soon, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. May. We're going in May. So I'm really looking forward to it. First time over there. First time in America.
Yeah.
In fact.
Well,
really looking forward. It's going to be great.
Well, should we check out the top 10 places to visit in New York City? Then?
I'm sure I've got one of these two on the list, but it'd be interesting to have a look at this. Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's get into it. Top 10 places to visit in New York City. Let's do it.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan Shirley, and I used to live in the iconic New York City, and I want to show you some of my favorite places. So here's my New York top 10.
I'm not doing that when I go there.
New York is one of the world's most popular locations with its massive skyscrapers, diverse cultures, and hustle and bustle atmosphere. It's a place that needs to be experienced. I was fortunate enough to live in New York for a few months while I was doing an internship. The city lifestyle quickly grew on me, and it was an experience that I'll forever be grateful for. Alright, so let's start the video off at one of my favorite destinations, the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of the most photogenic places in New York. It's this massive bridge that connects.
Are you going to say what I'm going to say?
Yeah, I never knew there was a footpath going through the middle of it.
No.
Oh.
I don't even know. Is it just a footbridge?
No, it looks like the car's below, isn't it? Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, are they?
I just thought it was. I thought it was just cars, but clearly there's like a footway going above it as well, which I never knew.
No, I didn't know.
I just thought it was purely for cars.
It makes sense though, doesn't it?
It does really, doesn't it? Yeah. But I never knew that.
Fair enough.
Wow.
The borough of Brooklyn to Manhattan. The bridge was finished in 1883 and it has become one of New York's most popular attractions. When I lived here, I used to love walking across the bridge and enjoying the views of Manhattan and the water below. It's free to walk across, and the pedestrian walkway is about 1.1 miles each way, so it's a great workout. Just be careful of all the people on bikes. They get pretty mad if you get in their lane. Anyways, the bridge is a great place to experience during the day, and it gets even more stunning at night because you'll be able to see the city lights. I got a really cool day to night hyperlapse when I was there. Took me a long time to do. Anyways, I just love the Brooklyn Bridge. It's just a great place to hang out. So definitely add that to your New York City bucket list.
Great place to hang out.
All right, so after the Brooklyn Bridge, we're going to go down to the nearby Brooklyn Bridge Park. It's an 85-acre waterfront park that stretches on Brooklyn's East River shoreline. If you want to get beautiful views of Manhattan, this is the place to go. It's right on the water, so you'll be able to see the boats go by and as well get a great view of the bridges. One of my favorite places in the park is the Main Street Park, which is situated between the Brooklyn and Manhattan Bridge. Its waterfront with the backdrop of the cities in between the two bridges creates one of the most photogenic places. I got some of my all-time favorite time lapses there. It's just a wonderful location, day or night, and definitely give it a visit.
Yeah.
I think that particular spot where there was a row of benches looking out over Manhattan, I think that's been in quite a lot of movies.
It looked pretty familiar, didn't it?
Yeah, it was almost like I'd been there.
Yeah, it definitely looked familiar.
Yeah.
Again, I think the night scenes of New York are even better than the day, I think, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
When all the lights are on and things
it.
like that, it looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
It really does. So that's a great one with the bridge as well.
Was Brooklyn Bridge on your list already?
It actually wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, not Brooklyn Bridge.
Or would you have had to cross it to do anything that's on your list, maybe? Were you going into Brooklyn for anything?
I'm not sure, to be honest, because we're still planning everything. So, yeah, good point. Yeah. Not too sure, actually. We've got this is like a Skyline, but I think that's a different one, isn't it? Is that like one of the unused railways, I think, the Skyline?
Right.
So that was definitely one that we were looking at, which is now it's all pedestrianised, I think, and so that looks like it's pretty good. But yeah, it wasn't actually on my list because I didn't know you could I mean, all the films over all the years, I've never realised you could walk over it like that.
It looks like a nice place, like early evening, sun's going down, so go for a nice stroll.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely amazing, that.
Yeah.
But definitely, put that on the list.
Nice.
Definitely.
So after the park, we're going to head over to the Oculus. Now, this is one of the most bizarre architectural structures I've ever seen. It was awarded the Design of the Year in 2016. It's located right next to the 9/11 Memorial, and its unique design symbolizes the light that continues to shine through the darkness of the tragedy of the Twin Towers. So it serves as a terminal station and also a state-of-the-art shopping mall. When you go inside, you're going to be amazed by how big it is. I mean, these white beams are huge, and they reminded me of a giant ribcage. Doesn't it? I love how much natural light comes in. I mean, it just creates such a great and bright atmosphere. I mean, it's just a really stunning location with a powerful symbolic significance. Definitely got to go check that out. All right, so after the Oculus, we're going to head over to another one of New York's most unique architectural structures, the Vessel.
I was just going to say, I've never heard of the Oculus before.
No.
I've never heard of the Vessel either. So
I haven't.
I think I'm going to have to extend my holiday now because there's more there than I thought. So I'm going to be struggling. Yeah, that Oculus looks amazing though.
Was that
what a building?
Because I know hasn't there been like a construction at Ground Zero of a memorial ever since? Isn't there something that they're still building, or am I
not
making that up?
Still building. I was under the impression that all that had been completed, but I could be wrong. I'm not too sure. Actually,
I just thought I heard someone talk about it and sort of joke that something was never going to get finished. But maybe I'm referencing a comedy bit from 5 years ago that I've heard someone do. That's where I get most of the information.
Not too sure.
I don't even know what that is, though.
No, I don't.
It looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Structure is just recently opened, cost an estimated $200 million to build, and features 154 interconnected staircases with nearly 2,500 steps and 80 landings. So it's free to explore this, but you need to get a ticket, so you might need to go reserve your tickets online beforehand. Make sure you get a spot. Anyways, when I was there, this was completed, so I wasn't able to check it out. But when I'm back, can't wait to go experience the Vessel. All right.
Is that
just a strange one?
Is that just there like for the sake of it, just as an attraction?
It looks like just an attraction on its own, just like viewing platforms and everything everywhere.
Yeah.
To be honest, it looks a bit like hard work, that. Walking up and down stairs all day.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe
still looks great.
Because space is at a proper premium in New York, isn't it? But so is real estate.
Oh, absolutely.
So to have something that doesn't necessarily serve a purpose must cost a fortune. But also, if you can't, exercise-wise, if you don't want to just be block to block, then you probably do that whole thing. Yeah, well,
again, amazing structure just to look at, isn't it?
Architecturally,
really pleasing on the eye.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure all the buildings around it as well are pretty amazing. So, nice. Interesting on that though. Yeah.
So after, we're gonna head over to probably the most famous place in New York City, Times Square. Times Square is one of the world's most popular tourist destinations, brings in about 50 million people a year. That's a lot of people. I mean, it's full of thousands of lights and advertisements, almost overwhelming, and there's just so much energy there. There's entertainers on the street. It's just a good time there. A lot of action going on. I would love just going there and just having fun. One thing I love about New York is you can do random things and nobody even cares. I did just splits and handstands in the street. And this is where I did my fake tap key jump video. Don't try that at home, kids. I also did one of my longest hyperlapses ever across the square. It was like a mile long and took thousands of photos to get it. You definitely got to visit Times Square. Just one of the coolest places ever. All right, so after we're going to take a little nature walk to Central.
He's obviously good at editing, this guy, isn't he?
He's pretty good, that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
to be fair,
pretty crafty stuff there.
Fortunately, we're just around the corner from there.
Oh, really?
Times Square, so that's a no-brainer.
Don't give too much away. We know that you're
I'm not giving it.
We know that you
ain't giving the address out.
We're
staying in the Bronx somewhere.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Park. Now, Central Park opened in 1876, and it's now known as one of the most famous parks with an estimated 38 million visitors each year.
Wow.
So it's about 843 acres, and it's located right between the Upper East and West Side of Manhattan. So it's home to beautiful bridges. There's tons of walkways where you can jog or ride a bike, and there's a lot of grassy areas where you can just chill, relax, play catch, whatever. You can even rent a boat and take it rowing great little date idea. It's just a beautiful contrast between the hectic city life. Whoever had the idea to build a park in the middle of the world's most popular city was absolute genius. I mean, this is just such a cool place, and everyone should give it a visit. All right, so after...
Again, huge. Central Park is like iconic from so many movies, of course, and just so many programs over the years.
Again, another one we'd definitely be going there.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure where you head for in Central Park, because I know there's loads of different things around it, and it's such a vast place as well, isn't it? You know, it's huge. So I'm not sure which part of it is the best part to go, if you know what I mean, or if it's just a case of strolling through, nice sunny day, look at the scenery.
It does look massive, so it seems like you're going to kill a few hours if you're just strolling through.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section where Mike should go in Central Park, or where he should avoid if there's any weird, like,
certain times.
any weird bushes that are shaking and stuff.
Central Park, we're going to visit one of New York's most popular structures, the Flatiron Building. Now, the Flatiron is a triangular 22-story building that is 280 feet tall. When it was completed in 1902, it was one of the tallest buildings in New York City at 20 floors high. So its unique design and structure have made it one of the world's most iconic skyscrapers and a quintessential symbol of New York City. Nearby it, you got the Madison Square Park, which is another really cool place to relax. You got some beautiful restaurants. This is a really cool place to get some pictures. It's just such a unique shape for a building, and its outside appearance has made it an enduring symbol of New York for more than a century.
It's cool, isn't it?
All right, so for our next destination...
Hell of a corner office if you can get one.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think, I mean, obviously, maybe not as architecturally as pleasing as that one, but I think we do have quite a few over here things that I think because of the shape of our roads, we're probably more likely to have a building that I think you do get quite a few in cities, don't you? That
it did have a very familiar look about it.
In fact, one in Altrincham on the Downs.
Yeah,
it's exactly that.
Yeah, of course.
So on the corner there, it's exactly like that, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously not as tall.
Not as tall as that. I mean, obviously it's like probably 3-4 stories, isn't it?
Yeah,
But yeah, great building still.
We're going to go visit the New York subway. So the subway is a specific place, but it's something that everyone has to experience. Trust me, it's a whole other world down there. Once you go down the stairs into the subway, you realize what I mean. When I was living in New York, I would spend about 40 minutes on the subway each way as I was going to work. Well, I didn't really love being crammed in a subway with a bunch of people. It's a memory that I'll always remember. If you want to go follow a hilarious Instagram account, check out Subway Creatures on Instagram. They have some of the wackiest videos.
Jury's out on the subway.
In the subway. You got entertainers down there. Sometimes you just get some really weird people down there. But that's New York and gotta love it. Anyways, if you want to use the subway, you can get a Metro card. If you want to get a 7-day pass, that'll cost you about $33. Or if you just want to jump on the subway once, it's about $2.75 for each individual ride.
$33 for a week isn't bad, to be fair.
It's value for money, definitely.
Yeah.
If you can go in, if it's certain zones, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it is, but value for money wise, it seems pretty good. But I think even Office Bloke Daz was sort of like trying to talk me out of it, saying,
"Oh, really?
Don't go there."
I think if you stick,
I don't know.
I presume it's going to be like anywhere. If you stick to the kind of more built-up bits,
of course,
you're fine.
Certain times of day.
When you get to obscure bits.
But I can imagine it's just going to be like just really, really busy all the time.
I can imagine so. Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. So after the subway, we're going to go experience another form of New York's transportation, the Staten Island Ferry. Now, if you want to get beautiful views of the city, you got to do this ferry ride. You may recognize the ferry from the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. The villain cut the ferry in half and Spider-Man has to hold it together until Iron Man saves the day. Anyways, it's a free ride, which is so awesome, and it goes 24/7. I just don't recommend going on the ferry during rush hour. Now, to get on the boat, you can go to the Whitehall Terminal, which is at the tip of Lower Manhattan. The ferry will take you over to Staten Island. So the boat takes off every 30 minutes and it's a 25-minute boat ride. Now, what's cool about the boat ride is you're going to get some amazing views of Lower Manhattan and you'll get really close to the Statue of Liberty.
Well worth it, that one, I think.
That's not the ferry that was on that documentary we watched about 9/11, was it?
I'm assuming they were used as well. 'Cause, I mean, absolutely, pretty much everything was used, wasn't it?
Yeah, because obviously there's not going to be one if it's going every half hour.
Yeah,
it's a 25-minute journey.
Yeah, probably several, isn't there? Because there'd be thousands of people use that every day, won't there? Tens of thousands even.
Yeah, it was called Boat Lift, wasn't it?
Boat Lift, wasn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But a great way, free and
Unbelievable, isn't it, for free?
Great way to get some pictures as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That seems like something that you've absolutely got to do. That ferry.
Definitely fancy doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
And this is by far the best bargain in New York City, and it's just one of the memorable things you can do during your stay. So make sure to take advantage of that free ferry ride when you visit New York. All right, for our last destination, we're going to head over to the epic Manhattan Bridge. The Manhattan Bridge is located right next to the Brooklyn Bridge.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
I have to say, it's not as glamorous or touristy as the Brooklyn Bridge, but it's still a really unique place to check out. Now, the bridge is over 100 years old and spans over 6,855 feet. When I walked across it, I went through the entrance, which is right next to Chinatown. Now, there's this really cool arch at the entrance.
Wow.
Anyways, I walked across it and I was able to get some incredible views of the city. I got some of my favorite time lapses on top of there. You're going to get a really magnificent view of Manhattan combined with the Brooklyn Bridge.
Different angle as well,
now, if you want to get an Instagram-worthy photo, you can walk down to the nearby Washington Street. This is a one-way street that lines up perfectly with the Manhattan Bridge, so you can get that great photo. I just suggest going early in the morning because the street can get packed with tourists during the day. All right, well.
Yeah, that looks great, doesn't it? Just at the end of a street, you see a massive structure like that just going past.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Like he says, though, I bet it's just jam-packed in the day, just people taking pictures of that exact view.
I can imagine. It reminds me of a place in, I'm not sure whether it's Barrow or somewhere like that, but I used to see it on the news where when the ships used to come out, when they built the ships and they used to launch them, they used to show, I've seen it before on films where they had like cobbled streets or something like terrace roads.
Yeah.
I used to saw a huge ship sailing past it. It just looked utterly bizarre, and out of place.
Yeah, it's kind of otherworldly,
just
isn't
at the end of a street, and you see something like that just going past. But great sight again.
That is it for my New York top 10. But before I end, I want to give a shout out to this video.
Nice.
There you go.
That's a bad pause, wasn't it? 2 seconds before
right
at the end.
No, yeah, I think I really want to go to New York. It's on my list. And I'm becoming more open to the idea of like weekend city breaks.
Yeah.
Because obviously with the kids, I'm not going to take the kids to New York, and I very rarely have a week. Yeah,
so like
during the summer,
long weekend or something like that.
Yeah. I'd probably, if I was going to do that, I think I'd probably fly out on like a Thursday morning or something, and come back on the Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, and just have like a 4-day break.
Yeah, just cram it in. I think it's all, when you're doing it like that, it's all a matter of planning, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
plan what you want to do, because you can always go back again. Yeah, and that's probably our plan. Get certain things done, but then there's so much there. There's things that I'd never even heard of before, which look really interesting. Yeah. So
have you ever done the thing where you go around Manchester with someone that's not from round there, and they're like, "Oh, have you seen this? And have you seen that?" And it's like there's so much you take for granted because you live around here. Yeah, and it's just seeing the city through someone else's eyes. I bet there's New Yorkers that see some of these things and go, "Where's that?"
Yeah, possibly, quite possibly. Yeah,
you just don't consider it when it's on your doorstep, do you?
I don't go around with other people, but funnily enough, I do it sometimes when I'm walking around Manchester, because I love looking at the architecture and buildings and certain shots. I've got a few pictures in my phone of where they built all the ones on First Street, where I've got 4, 5, 6 sort of skyscraperish, not like New York style. No. I've got some really great pictures where it looks absolutely phenomenal. It just looks really good. Yeah, I love little streets you've never been down before, and
there's loads in Manchester, and especially there's little bars down side streets that I've never heard of.
Yeah, same here.
And then you'll go with someone new, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, there's a cool bar down there." You walk past it. I've walked past it for 10 years.
I've never been in there. You always find a lot of the time at night time, it sort of comes alive a bit more. I've been Northern Quarter lately watching Son's band playing there, but when lights are on, then people are about, you tend to see even more places, don't you? During the day, maybe not busy, or some aren't even open because of the type of establishment. But then you see places I've never even knew that was there. Yeah, but it's great to go at different times of day. And
it's on my list, New York.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
I don't think it's going to be this year, but it's definitely on my list.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to do a European city break first. Yeah, sometime soon. I don't want to go as far just yet.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
on my list. Yeah, it looks great that though. Yeah, some good ideas as well. So
yeah, nice. Hope you guys enjoyed that too. Catch us on the next one, and we'll see you later.
Cheers.